Hey, it's your boy Search Dragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is Chris Petrie,
Too sweet.
Andre Mitchell, absent I guess, and Mike Henry.
If you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's get down to business.
Alright, so we're going to cover NXT, Smackdown, and 205 Live starting on July 15th. So let's go ahead. First things first is a match that people have been wanting to see, courtesy of Cameron Grimes repeatedly getting the upper hand of Damian Priest. This time around, though, Damian Priest proves his worth by kicking in the head of Cameron Grimes and putting him down with the razor's edge on the apron before putting Grimes away. Hold up, let me get some more info, because it's Grimes away with the Cyclone Kick. Woo-hoo. Okay. And what else would it say? Keep an close eye on NXT and North American title championship Keith Lee. Yeah, after he got that win on Cameron Grimes, he said that he has a close eye on Keith Lee since he's got both top prizes. 1 second. Hey, Chris, can you turn off your fan? I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
You got a loud fan that focuses on the phone. Weird. Sound receptors. There you go. Alright. So, your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Like, about Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes?
Yeah.
Cameron Grimes had it coming. He had it coming. And now Damian Priest could be on the verge of facing NXT Keith Lee. Or I call him NXT, but like I said, Cameron Grimes got it back.
Your thoughts, Chris?
Kevin Grimes should stop mopping off. He was being too arrogant, cocky, and that's why he lost against Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm. Andre, you there? Oh. I'll leave him alone then.
Yeah,
Until he comes. Next up, we got Inda Hartwell versus Shotzi Blackheart. Did I say that right? Shotzi Blackheart? I think so. Thanks to the outside interference of Robert Stone, who got his leg got ran over by Shotzi's Blackheart's tank during the second part of the American Bash edition of NXT week prior. She ends up fighting again, having to deal not with just him, but Aaliyah, and ended up losing the match thanks to outside interference. But the referee didn't see it, so the winner of that match is Inda Hartwell. And it looks like Inda might actually be recruited in the Robert Stone brand. Possibly.
Oh my god.
Get your 2 cents on that, bro.
First of all, I would throw up if Inda Hartwell joins forces with. Oh, there's Andre. Andre?
Yo.
Huh? Oh. You back? Yep, I'm back. Oh.
Yeah, get your thoughts.
Well, as I was saying, I would throw up if Inda Hartwell joined forces with Aaliyah and Robert Stone. But I cannot believe that these two would come out and destroy Shot Blackheart like Inda Hartwell particularly. But plus two-thirds, Shot Blackheart.
Oh, yeah. And your thoughts, Chris?
Blackheart will get revenge on Aaliyah and Indy for costing her the match, including Robert Stone, because that was not right.
No, it was not. Your thoughts, Andre?
All right, so far.
Next, we have a match that at the beginning of the show, Keith Lee asked Rhea Regal for the first opportunity at both titles would be given to somebody that gave him his opportunity through great amount of rivalry earlier on in his career in NXT. And that person was Dominik Dosevich, and he accepted that opportunity and the honor to fight Keith Lee once again. So in this main event, uninterrupted, uninterfered, and undeniably one of the greatest matches they've ever had. They put up and shut up anybody that said otherwise. But with Keith Lee actually showing that he has been gotten stronger since the last time they fought, it would be Keith Lee who wins and retains both title belts for the North American Championship and the NXT World Championship. Keith Lee, 2 belts. Moves on.
I prefer NXT.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Keith Lee got the job done. He is still NXT. That's why I prefer NXT.
But what do you think about the fact that a message was sent once again from Scarlett, this time to Keith Lee, with the remaining of the hourglass that he shattered in front of Adam Cole?
Oh my God. I don't know. I got nothing to say, but you are looking at 2 creepy monsters, Scarlett and Kevin Cross.
What comes after that, I'll cover in just a bit once we get Chris' thoughts on the match between Dominik Dosevich and Keith Lee.
It was a classic match. I was surprised there was no interference from Adam Cole or Robert Strong or Bobby Fish.
Yeah, they weren't on the show. You notice that?
I haven't noticed.
I did. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But in the end, Keith Lee retained his North American NXT Championship. Before Scarlett came out with that shorted time glass.
Your thoughts, Andre?
Good so far.
Okay, now let's cover what happened afterwards. Dominik Dosevich would be in an interview asking how does he feel about that match. He has no shame whatsoever against losing to someone like Keith Lee. Not only that, but Karrion Kross shows up in his face and speaks in a language I'm not familiar with. I thought it was Hispanic, but Dominik Dosevich understood it very well, so they both spoke the same language. And they got in his face and started attacking Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross, I had to pay attention to how he did this, because it wasn't a suplex. It wasn't, well, actually it was. Okay. It was a standard suplex. It wasn't a belly-to-belly suplex, because then he would have been on the floor. And there's a lot of suplex from behind, German, Dragon, Tiger. But he just straight up normal suplexed him over a guardrail onto a concrete floor. Which now we're in the position come this Wednesday, Karrion Kross will fight Dominik Dosevich. And there's no title, no opportunity, no nothing. It's just grudge match. So what do you think about that, Mikey?
I don't know what the hell got into Karrion Kross, but he had no business attacking Dominik Dosevich.
Oh, actually, it's because he put his name in his mouth. I don't know about Karrion Kross, but Keith Lee is greater than he's ever been. He got in his face.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Keith Lee better watch his back because Karrion Kross is hungry. Karrion Kross is hungry.
Yeah, and Keith Lee's got 2 giant steaks just dangling.
Say again, 2 giant steaks?
2 juicy looking steaks. 2 juicy looking steaks. Sorry, I'm keeping my eye on the camera here. Okay.
But like I said, Karrion Kross is hungry.
Oh, he is. Your turn, Chris.
You know, this is the first time ever Diamond Dosevich versus Karrion Kross.
I hear you.
Yeah. The undefeated Karrion Kross versus Diamond Dosevich will be a great match. All I can say is, with Diamond Dosevich, good luck. You might need it.
You, Andre?
Pretty good and entertaining so far.
Oh, yeah. Next up, we have Timothy Thatcher, the submission specialist, versus Denzel. I cannot pronounce that.
The Jornet.
DeJournet. Did you know he's been in the audience this whole time between SmackDown and Raw? And was the guy that freaking Mia Yim and Candice LeRae in their street fight went into? This poor sap. He ended up getting submission hold into which lock? I think it's the armbar.
Armbar, Fushiwan armbar.
Yep. And tapped out to Timothy Thatcher. Still, I wouldn't say undefeated. In singles competiting, yeah. He beat Matt Riddle and put his ass in the SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, tag team wise, he's defeated. Undefeated under single competiting. I want to point that out. So, in which case, your thoughts on that, Mikey?
I tell you, Timothy Thatcher, he is one mean SOB.
You ain't wrong there. You, Chris?
Timothy Thatcher like to break people's arm with that Fushiwan armbar. That's why he's still unbeatable.
Mm-hmm. And you, Andre? Absent, I guess. All right. Next up is the main of... Oh, excuse me. Burp. Your thoughts on that, Andre?
Pretty good.
Very good. As I was saying, the main event is the NXT Women's Championship title match between the defending Io Shirai and the number one contender, Tegan Nox. And these girls, man, they left it all in the ring. And damn, one after the other, they had finisher after finisher after special after special. Even the shiniest wizard wasn't enough to put Io Shirai out. And with the moonsaw to finish it off, Tegan Nox was pinned 1, 2, 3, and retaining her title is Io Shirai. And when we thought she was about to walk out and fade to black on the television show, Tegan Nox, queen of the kicks, leader of the kicks, whatever you want to call it, lays one right on her, right on the kisser. I mean, so bad. They did this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Right on the kisser. That's bad, dude. That's bad. That's in poor taste. But she made that statement. She's next to get a shot at that title. She made that point very clear. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Like I said, who the hell invited Dakota Kai?
Yeah, you were saying that earlier.
I mean, first came out and Io Shirai put up a hell of a fight. And like you said, they're going finisher. But Io Shirai was the last one to get the kick done. And then right before everything went over, I thought that he wants a shot at Io Shirai. The question is, man, bring up something about it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Also, did you hear he's got a special announcement to make for this week's edition of NXT? Yeah, I heard that.
Like I said, we'll have to
Your thoughts, Chris?
It was a classic match by Io Shirai and Tegan Knox. Again, Io Shirai still the champion, and Dakota Kai was willing to make a statement, kicking her in the face like a coward, for facing her face to face.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts, Andre?
Awesome.
All right, with that said, we're moving on to SmackDown. So before that, a shout out to our fellow brethren, the Heavens Monsters podcast, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. As a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, T-Money, who I will see later. We will cover horror show of Extreme Rules. And, what else? Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. Okay. So let's go. Ah, man, that's a ugly ass picture. Look at this.
Well, I'll get my 2 cents on that later.
Oh, yeah. Make sure it's not in Spanish. I don't know why, but last time it was in Spanish. Well, it turned to Spanish. I don't know why. That was weird. Okay. First up, we have a match between Big E and Cesaro to determine who gets to choose what match, a tables match or steel cage match. Thanks to the outside interference of Shinsuke Nakamura when the referee wasn't looking, he kicked him upside Big E's head, and Cesaro went immediately for his finisher and laid him out, getting the pinfall. Later, they would say that it would give them too much entertainment to be in a steel cage match, but they loved the idea of throwing Big E and Kofi Kingston through the table like they did 2 weeks prior. So it's going to be a tables match at the horror show. Your thoughts, Mikey?
Man, this did Nakamura still hard. Binding up that hit Kofi Kingston's face while Big E was trying to fight. And then just we thought Big E was gonna deliver the big ending. We thought to the man's crash. Pick up mentally.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts, Chris?
New Day versus
Shinsuke Nakamura.
in the tables match. I've never see a table match like the Dudley Boys were doing it. It will be a great match. Shinsuke and Cesaro versus New Day in the tables match. Will make Yvonne happy.
I see what you did there. And you, Andre? What do you think about that? 2 thumbs up. Alright, let's move on to Bayley and Sasha Banks going up against Asuka and Nikki Cross, their opponents at Extreme Rules. Well, in unsportsmanship fashion, I'm just going to say this. They fought as hard as they could going up against these 2 golden role models, as it's being called. But typical, they actually had to win by Bayley had to win by putting her feet on Nikki Cross at on the ropes, should I say, on the ropes, with the referee didn't see it. Dang it! Not again.
She's a cheater.
Yeah, get your 2 cents, Chris.
She is a cheater. She is like hang on to those titles about cheating. She's not a great champion. She is a joke, and still is.
Ooh. Your thoughts, Andre?
Good.
You, Mikey?
Oh my god, I can't stand the gold
Golden models.
Taking over everything. Raw, Smackdown, even NXT. Trying to put it in everybody's face. Just doesn't make any damn sense.
No, it does not. Next, we have Braun Strowman versus John Morrison. Poor John Morrison. It's bad enough he had to get whooped with a 2-on-1 handicap match with The Miz, but now he goes in alone, and he's got a freaking, like, what the? Talking about my friend being in a horror show, and the hero of the story's got even more braver friend who would lay down his life. I'm like, huh? What movie was that? What horror movie was that? Even Miz said, I'm not a horror movie genre guy. As you figured, Braun Strowman whooped his ass and told Bray Wyatt, I'm coming home. Let's go home. Your thoughts, Mikey?
Braun Strowman a big message to his former wife and for the leader of world, Bray Wyatt. I really hope Bray Wyatt is watching the monster came and fled the swamp.
You, Chris?
I heard like the mayor said, I got your back. Well, he ain't got his back. He let Braun Strowman wreck John Morrison.
You, Andre?
Pretty good.
Yep. Next, we have Lacey Evans versus Naomi once again. Well, this was very unladylike. I'll say that much right now. Because we had Lacey Evans tie Naomi's braided hair into the ropes. She got it untangled, but it gave her enough time to wind it up and pow, right in the kisser.
The woman's right.
Yep, knocking out Naomi and getting her the 3 count for a dirty handed tactic move. She's back to being a heel, boys.
Last time she was healed is when she took on Becky, I think. Or Natalia, take your pick.
I don't know.
But my 2 cents is she could be climbing back here because she had so many opportunities at Bayley for the Smackdown Women's Champion. She was also close a couple of times. Also close to getting her hands on the Smackdown Women's Champion because she wants someone like her, a classy woman, to take over the Smackdown division. But
we don't got that. We don't got nobody classy like Bayley. What the hell? Bayley ain't classy.
As I was saying, Lacey Evans could be going back heel because in case you didn't see the karaoke contest, she felt that she won the karaoke instead of Naomi. And that's exactly why Lacey Evans went back to heel and who knows what.
Mm-hmm.
She started as heel by calling people nasties. Then she went babyface when she next Sasha face to face. Now she's going back to heel because she thought she won the karaoke contest with Naomi, Dana Brooke, and Tiffany. But now Lacey Evans could be walking back to her heel.
You, Andre?
Good.
You, Chris?
Not surprised that Lacey Evans got the winner at dirty tactic. But Naomi is like this mistreated because she is a former SmackDown Women's Champion. You don't deserve to be mistreated like that.
Nope. And we definitely can't see you right now, Chris. You just shadow spider. He's lurking. He's lurking. Next up, And this is, Chris, you gonna hate me for this. Spouting the words of Matt Riddle, he says, "What does AJ means anyway? Obnoxious jackass?" Well, despite those promos that was at the beginning of the show, AJ Styles did say he was going to do this. He was going to beat and make Matt Riddle a laughingstock. Well, one of those things happened. Case in point, the fact in the match when the Intercontinental Championship was on the line. So, these two, damn. That was good. Daniel Bryan got his thoughts on this with his own promo and wished these two the best of luck to the best man win. Meaning he wasn't paying favorites. And in this match, Matt Riddle looked like he was going to win, but AJ Styles overcame it and showed why he is phenomenal. Case in point, the house that AJ Styles built. And he laid it. Beating Matt Riddle to retain his title, and then even going so far as to be the one to extend his hand in respect and shaking it. And Matt Riddle shook his hand. But not before King Corbin jumping from behind. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you... Yeah, get your 2 cents, Chris, because that's your boy, AJ Styles. That's your favorite. Get your thoughts on this match.
AJ Styles showing the world that he is phenomenal, and the house that AJ Styles built, beating Matt Riddle and retaining his Intercontinental Championship, and showing respect to his rival, Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm. You, Mikey?
Who the hell invited King Corbin to come out and beat the crap out of Matt Riddle?
Himself?
After getting embarrassed? Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. The King and the Bro are going to go at it again.
You ain't lying.
Your thoughts, Andre?
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So, there was one little bit of interest that I scrolled through before going to 205 Live. During one after the other, this is weird, they weren't that far away. After the interview between Sasha Banks and Bayley, they would get their thoughts on Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross could hear the laughter of Bayley not too far, and she goes right after her. She's like, yeah, put a leash on her! Put a leash on her! You ain't gonna put no leash on Nikki Cross, you crazy? It's like asking you to give her a weapon to strangle with. What the hell? I want to see the old Nikki Cross when she was a part of Sanity. Ooh, I love to see that. I would love to see her husband be drafted to SmackDown, have somebody like Mojo Riley revert to his paint, and have, instead of Eric Young, since he's not part of WWE no more, have for the first time ever, have a female be the leader of a faction, and in the goddess, the twisted goddess, Alexa Bliss. Yeah. Make her the new leader of Sanity. That would be cool. At least that's my dream. That's my dream faction right now. With the characters we got coming to WWE during this epidemic.
What kind of outfit would Alexa Bliss wear?
Good question. Blonde and black tips. And maybe some black or purple eyeliner. And she'd be wearing a leather jacket like she did before. Remember that?
Yeah.
Probably Arkham City download edition of Harley Quinn when she had black hair. after the death of Joker. Remember that?
Yeah.
Let's see Alexa Bliss look like that. Now, let's go ahead and get...
Hold on.
Oh,
There's one more thing you left.
what did I do?
Jeff Hardy's interview interrupted by Sheamus.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't on here. Yeah, he got jumped. It's good.
Like they're prepared for that big old bar fight.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be Extreme Rules, but Sheamus said this.
I thought it was going to be on Extreme Rules. I'm like, what the hell, WWE?
He said next Friday. I guess the time slot didn't match. But then you wouldn't tell me. You wouldn't told me that it ended at 8:30. It didn't end at 9 or 10.
It ended at 8:30, and I'm like, where the hell is the bar fight? Where the hell is that freaking bar fight?
Damn. What the hell, WWE?
Everything's going to be extreme.
We're going to cover that later today. I'm going to get done early today at work so I can cover that and be on my butt home.
Yeah. I'll get my 2 cents about the horror show.
Yeah. Okay. So, on to 205 Live, or is anything else I miss from NXT and SmackDown?
I think that should be it, because the only thing you got left is 205.
Yeah, there was only 2 matches. We have the returning undefeated Mansoor of 205 Live versus Tahiti Miles. And, case in point, Mansoor wins with his special DDT, I think? Over the rope DDT. And Tahiti Miles is still on a losing streak. What were you saying, Chris? I mean, Mikey?
Like you just said, DDT. That's what you said, DDT.
What?
It says, win by posting Miles above his head and nearly drive him through the canvas. Atomic drop. DDT, where we call it.
Mm-hmm. Next we have, oh wait, your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Mansoor is undefeated. Still undefeated.
Representing the Middle East.
Ever since he came back in, I believe it's Crown Jewel last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Super Show now?
No, I think you were right. Crown Jewel.
Yeah, something like that.
You, Chris?
Miles is still on a losing streak. Mansoor did get a title shot of Cruiserweight Championship match because he's undefeated.
Sooner or later.
Yeah.
You, Andre?
All right.
Last but not least is the main event of that night would be Tony Nese versus Chase Parker. In which case, this would be interesting because... Damn. Okay. Oh, here we go. I was looking for the info. In this match, we would have Tony Nese win the match, I believe by disqualification, right? No, I don't think so. Tony Nese won with his running Nese move and then gets jumped by the other partner. Nese. No, not Nese.
Yeah, Nese was wanted by shoving Parker into him and followed up with a real kick to Parker's jaw for the 1-2-3.
And then we would have both members of Everrise, Matt Martel,
Yeah, you got Matt Martel.
Jumping Nese for a good few seconds before Isaiah Swerve Scott came in to the rescue, returning the favor to Tony Nese. And I hate it when people do this. I know it's confidence boost and ultimately a statement and stuff for the future, but Everrise says 205 Live is their house. They run the show. I'm like,
say what?
Yeah, they were running off saying that. What the fuck?
And Tony Nese got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he gets beat up in a 2-on-1 situation, and I can't blame Isaiah Swerve to come out and make the save. So I predict that this coming Friday on 205 Live is going to be a tag match between the Everrise versus Tony Nese and Isaiah Swerve Scott. So That's my prediction, and I hope my prediction is right for this coming Friday on 205 Live.
It might be just a tag team match between Isaiah Swerve Scott and Tony Nese versus Everrise.
We'll have to wait and see on Friday night.
Also, fun fact, I'm surprised Drew Gulak, who was on commentator again for 205 Live, didn't jump in to save his old buddy. He's contracted to be a commentator on that show, not a wrestler. Your thoughts, Chris?
I say congratulations to Tony Nese defeating one of the members of Everrise. He got attacked. And I said a sword Scott saved the day. I can't believe everybody said they run 205 Live. That's the biggest joke I ever heard.
Yeah, the ones that run in 205 Live right now are Escobar and his two flunkies. And they're hardly there. Case in point, they didn't show up. They just did a recap of what was said on 205 NXT. So, we got to see Escobar, but it was just a recap. A reclip of the episode. So, I think that's it, guys.
That's it.
Anything we missed, Chris?
No.
Alright, y'all ready to end this?
Let's end it.
Yeah, I can get ready for work, me and Andre. Alright. You like this video? Give it a thumbs up. You didn't give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heavens Monsters podcast. I'm Surge Dragon. This is Mike Henry. This is Andre Mitchell. And this is Chris Petrie in the shadows. That's why we call him the Shadow Spider. He's always lurking. And we'll see you next time. Bye.